teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. I have just gotten in from work. I don't usually have time to do videos during the week. However, Foodie uploaded her diabetes and her full day of eating and work let us go half an hour early because the person who was coming to speak to us was unexpectedly detained. So everything worked out. So if I'm looking a little bit tired, shall we say, it's because I've been in my makeup since about 6 o'clock this morning and I did full days of work. So if I stumble on my words, I'm not the most articulate directly after work, but we'll try and do our best. So today we're going to react to both the Foodies videos. I haven't decided if I'm going to do a full react to the second one or if I'm just going to put pictures of her food. I might do a full react. Both the videos are reasonably short, I think 10, 11 minutes a piece. So we might just do this, but if it gets super long, I might have to change that. So, because this is probably going to be long, let's get into it.
Hey guys, so this is going to be like 2 videos, but it's like the same day. So,
if you notice she started wearing her shirts open, is that because she can't close them anymore, or is it just because she's thrown it on to be on camera and wants it off? Doesn't really matter, I suppose, but...
it's gonna be a bit weird, I guess. Anyway, so this first video, I'm going to talk about a bit about my health update. I'm not gonna do a weigh-in right now. Probably do that tomorrow. But I am gonna take my blood sugar because I do have that monitor now, and I want to show you guys what my blood sugar is.
I would just like to say at this point, this is not the first time she's done this on camera, but next time she tells us that her health is none of our business, which will probably be in a few days' time when this all goes to pot. She brought this up. She did it on camera. She talked about her conditions. She showed us the blood sugar reading. You are introducing this topic. Don't get mad about it.
And I have been taking my blood sugar. It's kind of a problem. Well, it is a problem, a big enough problem.
Spoiler alert, it's awful.
So let me get to that first. So I have my kit. Now I did eat maybe like an hour and a half, maybe an hour and a half ago, so it's not going to be like a fasting blood sugar.
I think she uploaded this at a bit of a weird time. Was it in the wee hours of the morning? I don't know how long she spent editing it and whatever, so we don't know what time it was, unless she's about to say and I missed it, what time it was when she was filming this necessarily. But it seemed to be a weird time, so I don't know why she would have eaten an hour ago, but perhaps I just don't understand when it was filmed.
But even my fasting blood sugar is like pretty high.
Completely unrelated to anything she's talking about, so there. I really like her lipstick in this, or a gloss, or whatever it is. Just a random point.
We're ready to go. I'm such a baby with the finger picking. I hate it. It startles me, just like getting your ears pierced.
Let's talk about this number, right? I had to go and convert this because I'm not used to blood sugar readings, but there is a converter. Where is it? Let me remember. diabetes.co.uk/blood sugar converter, which will take the readings between the 2 different types. 316 is 17.6 when she says she ate an hour and a half ago. That's insane. That's not blood, that's syrup. Like, that is a high reading. I don't know much about blood sugar readings, right? But as it happens, because last week was World Diabetes Day, I do believe, I think that was the reason why they did this. It would have been last Tuesday, so go look it up. But we got a message round from our school nurse saying, oh, because of World Diabetes Day, if you come into the clinic at any point between, I think it was like 9 and 2, we will do a blood pressure reading and we'll do a blood sugar reading. So I happened to have my blood sugar tested last week because whenever they offer free tests, like for Cancer Week, we had a mammogram unit in. So, you know, I went to try and do that. I can't because I have implants. I have to go to the hospital. But they were saying if you're 40 and over, we'll give you a free mammogram. And I don't see the point in not having a free test when you might have to pay for it later, you know? So I went, the only time I had free was after lunch because that happened to be my free period that day. So I had eaten about half an hour before. So it wasn't fasted at all, right? my blood sugar was 5.6, and that's after eating. That is a normal range. So the idea of being like 17 point something terrifies me and should terrify her. Now, to be fair, she seems not particularly thrilled about it, so she obviously understands the seriousness. But all this talk of I've cured my diabetes, because she went on cocaine, so she stopped eating. Like, we knew that she was treating her health horribly, but that is a stark number that she should be a little bit more panicked about. I don't think she's not panicked, but she still seems to be like, oh yeah, I should do something, rather than being like, whoa, go to hospital.
16. That's really high from what I gather. I'm not used to the MGDL. Usually it's MMOL. From when I was in Canada, I had that machine.
She needs to use a converter so that the number is real to her, because it won't feel real. Oh, just so you know, 5.6 converted into this range is 100.8. So that's a normal range post-food.
So my blood sugars have rocketed in not that long.
We don't know exactly how long, because Foodie lies. I mean, a couple of weeks ago she was like, no, blood sugar's normal. But the last time we knew about it, they were pretty high, and then the cocaine stopped her eating as much, and she seemed to cure it for a while.
Not that long of a time period. And, you know, I know I'm not taking care of my health. I mean, it's not rocket science. I mean, you know, anyone with eyes can see that I'm not taking very good care of my health. Struggling with eating habits and lack of exercise.
So the question for me is, you know, the homemade food she's been making, because she does believe that homemade food is healthier than takeout food no matter what she makes at home. Is that because of these readings, because it's only been for the last few days, or is it just because we're getting close to payday and she's broke? Or is it just a happy coincidence of both?
And all that stuff. So 316, when I fast and wake up and take my blood sugar, it was 230, around that. So
I looked at 230, that's 12.8 fasted. That is still way higher than it should be.
Which is still high. It should be like I think around 100, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what mine was. I think when I looked for the range, because I didn't understand the reading, I think they said up to 7.6 or 7.8 after food is considered the top of the normal range.
I went to see a doctor here about it. You know, I told Salah my blood sugar is pretty high, and he said I'll take you to a doctor tomorrow whenever I took my blood sugar for the first time.
I am actually glad she went to a doctor, because it's very Foodie's way to just ignore it, you know? I'm all here for a health arc. I've always been here for a health arc. Do I think she's going to stick to it even now, even with how scary that number is? No, I don't think that for a second. I think within a week we'll be back to mukbangs. But I would love to see her sincerely try. I really would.
It was like 369 when I took it that night.
369. I didn't check that conversion, but it's a lot. God, that's got to be 20 about?
It was after a day of not eating very well. And so I told the doctor about my problem. My blood pressure is also high.
Doesn't surprise me.
Before I go on any medications, I just want to give it an honest try for now.
Here's the thing. She doesn't stick to anything, so I very much doubt. Controlling your diet can work. Absolutely, it can work. But she doesn't seem capable of it. And when she said she doesn't want to be on medicine for life, particularly this, she seems to have that problem, but other medicines, her puffers, she'll still smoke. She'll take her puffers and she'll smoke. Her hormone medicine she's meant to be on, that she kind of takes on and off. Her depression medication that she takes on and off. Those are all meant to be medications that you continue taking. So she'll be on those, but this one for some reason is a sticky one for her.
With diet and exercise, which they did say is the main thing that will help if I reduce some weight. Reduce weight, watch what I eat. Of course, they say limit carbs, which I understand now, processed, like limiting the sugar, because I have a problem regulating sugar now. So I need to really limit that.
So glad we've got medical expert lecturer Chantal again. It's my favourite Chantal. Excuse the sarcasm. But she's not wrong. Limiting carbs does tend to be more effective, and I find mentally, I find it a lot easier to abstain than I do to limit. I am not a queen of moderation, and she's not either. So she may just find it easier to say, this cannot happen, then I can have a little of this. Not that I think she'll make any big changes, but does she realise that, I know it says limited carbs, so you would think she does, but like white rice, pasta, things like that, they're all sugars under another name. Like, is she just going to switch to brown rice and say, well, it's higher in fibre, so it's fine? I hope not. I hope she does it seriously. You don't have to be extreme, but do you remember her going through all of this back in July? At the beginning of the summer, she had a health realization, and it lasted about as long as I think this one's going to last. She is at least open to lower carb. I do lower carb. I don't think you have to do it to be healthy, but it's the one that happens to work best for me. It's the one I happen to find easiest to stick to. And I think it will make, especially for the problems specifically she has, I think it would be an effective way of eating for her. And she could still have some cheese. She could still have some of the things she likes. If she could get over her own mental stumbling blocks, it wouldn't be a bad choice for her. But the mental stumbling blocks are where the problems are, so there we are. Do we really think we're going to see progress from her? I don't see how we can. We've been around this merry-go-round so many times, but just think if in July she had been consistent with whatever she had planned to do. Because real talk here, I don't discuss this a lot on channel. I've mentioned I've been eating low carb recently. But when Chantal had her health arc in like June, end of June, I was starting my summer holiday. And I was looking at myself and I was like, I'm not comfortable at the weight I am. I want to do something about it. And I started eating lower carb then, and I've stuck to it since then. And I'm down about 35 pounds, right? Is it where I want to be? No. Has it made a big difference? Yes. Do I feel better? Yes. I'm still a work in progress. I will always be. I'm not one to be able to maintain my weight well, but with a little consistency, not perfection, consistency. Even at 2 pounds a week, it's been what, nearly half a year? She could have been 50 pounds down by now, because in the beginning she would have lost more, even if it was just water weight. She would feel so much better in herself. And she has these realizations all the time, and I would love to believe her. Chantal actually working on her health is some of my favorite content, but she just doesn't stick to it, and then she starts her traditional cycle again, and then it's, no, I'm mentally not well and not capable, but I won't engage in help, and then it's none of your business and how dare you, and it's private, and then we just get mukbangs again and she ignores it and she rages. So can I expect this to end differently? No, but do I wish it would? Yes I do.
My body, at least until I can get this under control. And then I'm going to go back in a month's time, and if my blood sugars are still out of whack, I'll have to go on medication. So I'm really wanting to give it, try harder than...
Even if she does this for a month, how much change could she make to herself that would prevent medication? She could bring her blood sugar down, definitely. Let's say she went low carb and ate within a limit. Like, she could probably get her blood sugar down, but at her weight, at her age, at her level of health, could she avoid all medication moving forward? I'm not sure.
I've ever tried in my life. I don't think I've ever really tried super hard, because when it gets really hard, which it really is, I just give up. I just give up. I panic. I listen to the urges, and I just don't give it enough of a try. And I'm getting up there in age. I'm 39. I could be living a very active, happier life, healthier.
She really could be. Do you remember the other day when she was doing the I want to go back to Canada, and just her insecurities about her and Solara and whatever they'd argued about that brought her online? And how, I can't remember exact wording, but basically how she felt either like her life was over or that she, you know, she spoke like she was an old woman already, like she was just stuck in the house like an 8-year-old. And I was sitting there like, bitch, you are 39. You are 39. I'm 40. She is 39. Why on earth is she sitting there like she's an old age pensioner unable to get out? And it's because of the state of her health, which is why, like, as somebody who's been in a much worse state of health than I am now, she's never been in a position where she's been healthy. She's been healthier than now, but hasn't in her adult life been a healthy weight. I wish she knew how it felt, because once you do, you at least have that in your head. Because before I was healthy, I didn't understand what it was like to be there, and so I couldn't use it as effectively as a motivator because I didn't know what that was going to be.
Health is happiness for sure. You can't enjoy life if you're not healthy. I mean, my trip to Thailand was awesome, but it could have been so much more awesome if I felt well.
It really could have been, because we saw how much time she spent in that room. And I'm not saying she has to be out at sites every single day. You can go on holiday and you can just chill. But could she enjoy herself just chilling by the pool? Could she go out and have a relaxing day without feeling like her body was crushing her? She would enjoy life so much more and get so much more out of a trip like that if she didn't have to worry about squeezing into the plane seat.
I don't feel well. I feel like I have no energy. I feel like I'm 80 years old. Let's face it, I probably really physically have the physical capabilities. Some even 80-year-olds even have more of physical capabilities than me. And I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just actually being...
No, she should have said this to herself earlier than now, for sure. I'm not blaming her for taking time to get there, but neither do I believe that she's actually going to do this. So I don't suppose it makes a difference. But, oh, I'm not being hard on myself, like people are going to run to her. No. Well, I suppose some VIBs would. When it's like, no, you just be happy at your health and screw the haters. No, you're gonna die. Do something about it so that you can live your life.
Really realistic that that's how I feel, and it's a lot worse than it's ever been, feelings wise. So I don't know what the heck I'm gonna do. I mean, I'm probably just
follow the plan. That's what you're gonna do. Except, and this is the thing she'll never do, accept that what the doctors tell you to do is better than what you read on the internet, and do it even when it's hard. But she'll second guess a trained doctor because she prefers the idea of something else.
Just gonna do this list here.
Lose weight, healthy eating, exercise regularly, stop smoking. That would be nice considering she's had blood clots on the lungs. Eat fewer carbs. I still think moderation might be really hard for her. She might find it easier just to give them up altogether. Drink more water. She always starts drinking water when it's not going to harm her, but I don't think she should prioritize it over the other things. Get enough sleep. Regulating sleep makes a huge difference. I always had quite a difficult sleep cycle. My sleep hygiene has never been good. And after the summer, I started taking, like a couple of hours before bed, I have like an antacid I have an antidepressant, which I started a month or two ago, and I have a melatonin. So it took a while to kind of get the levels that I think would help me, but I take it just as part of my routine now, and it's helped so much. I can't be doing what I used to do in my 20s and be awake at 3 a.m. and then expect to get out of bed. Like, I'm not at the point in my life where I can pull all-nighters anymore. I need proper sleep.
Lose weight. I need to be consistent with light exercise, even if it's just walking in the evening, because that will get cardiovascular system going, metabolism going. It's just healthy. It's not going to be the number one culprit for weight loss right now. I understand that, because I need to start with my diet. I need to cut out all of the bad things, and it's just really bad how I eat. So I haven't really been ordering out. really all that much compared to how I used to.
When she says how I used to, she hasn't ordered out for about 3 days, right? Something like that. Like, it's a change, but she is guilty of not doing something for 6 hours and then saying, I don't do that because she doesn't do it now, when it's actually in reality only been a few days. It's great if it's been a few days, but we've also seen what she's eating at home.
But I have been cooking a lot of things at home. Like, if I don't order out, I'm all day cooking things, you know? Like, I'm gonna make a cobbler, I'm gonna make cookies, I'm gonna make poutine. You know, I find ways to get to the bad food, and even if it takes more effort.
That to me says that maybe Salah has been part of the decision to not get the food, because he's the one who controls the phone and the ordering. So if they've agreed, okay, you're not going to do it, she's now exerting the effort to bake and to cook and to do the things. My light just went out. Just 1 second. Oh no, you can see my real face. Oh, crisis averted. The plug converter on it is really loose, so I have it kind of balanced on, but sometimes it comes loose. Sorry.
I need to start, and I need to really, really, really put effort into it. And when the going gets tough,
the tough
I
rage
just have
online.
to get through it. Lifestyle changes for the better are so difficult, you know.
They are, but you at least tend to be motivated in the beginning, and you just seem like you're dreading it. I don't think she's going to enjoy it, and I think she knows that. But it's forcing her hand again. She doesn't like to be told what to do, even when she recognises that she should do it. And you know when she's like, she was successful losing weight at that camp. And then she's always looking for like, oh, well, if I do this is why we say impatient. Something has to force her. But once the initial fear is gone, she's not afraid enough to do it anymore. So she doesn't want to do this. Something is forcing her hand. And after 2 days, it will be gone because the initial fear will be gone.
But with sugar readings this high,
Yeah, it's
I
insane.
don't even know what that is in mmol, maybe 60
Go
or something
and
like
look
that.
it up.
That's really up what it was when I was like 400 pounds.
Oh, just as a minor point, she did say at nearly 400 pounds on her next video, which we're hopefully going to have time to look at. And I was like, what? When she doesn't find it convenient to say, oh, look, I'm on a health journey, or look, I'm doing this, she'll be like, no, I'm nowhere near. I was 400 pounds in Canada. I'm obviously happier here. And when it's useful to her, she's like, nearly 400.
And the last time I weighed myself not long ago, I was 350 or 360. So I'm gonna weigh myself.
That seems a very selective memory, but we'll see what the scale says tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning, film that. I'm not doing this for any other reason than to just be transparent with myself mostly, and just get better, you know. And I want to have some kind of online support system.
She does not have the audience for an online support system. So she's saying, please come in, please give me ass pats, please support me. She'll rage at people within a day. She has burnt out her audience on that more than a time or two. And a lot of the people who leave her because they sign up for this and then within a day or two get told to F off.
I want everyone who's struggling as well to come together and try to do this, you know. And I say that, but I'm afraid that I'll let people down. But there's not really much more option for failure at this point. I mean,
well, we'll see, because I would love that to be true, but I have a suspicion.
My health is not good. You know, I have sleep apnea, I use a CPAP machine, I have high blood pressure, I have...
Look how uncomfortable she is talking about. Her eyes are darting all over. She is not comfortable talking about this.
Diabetes. I was in denial so long about that, like, because I thought, I'm pre-diabetic, I'm not going to become diabetic. I don't know why I was in such denial that I would ever get diabetes. Like,
I don't know either. Her body shape is, like, how she holds her weight is one of the worst things for health problems, because she holds it all up front. But I think we could all see her getting diabetes as a very likely conclusion.
You know, I don't know. I really don't know how my brain works with that, but that's how it is. You know, I have depression, anxiety, I have all these things I just need to reverse. And exercise can also help with depression and anxiety as well. So they say it takes 21 days, right, to build good habits if you're consistent. So that's what I just need to do.
Okay, so have your next video be called 1 of 21. Upload it every day for 21 days. I don't think she'll do it. I'd love her to though. Like, I know I keep saying that, but I realize a lot of people absolutely hate her and would happily see her fail and have massive health repercussions, because a lot of people just want to see consequences finally happen to her. When I signed up to watch Foodie, when I started reacting to her, it was because I had gone through a health journey of my own and I felt very connected to her content. It's not really the case anymore, but this stuff I enjoy watching. And if she could turn it around, that would be amazing. I don't think she will, but if she could.
If nothing else, that's all I'm going to do. It's just like a daily video diary of how I'm doing, maybe like a vlog style, what I'm going to eat. I don't even know. I don't even want to really eat, because I look at my stomach, I look at the flesh on my body, the amount of fat I have. I have a lot of energy storage that I could be using for fuel. I don't feel like I want to put more calories in my body.
2 things about that. Number 1, water fast when? Because she's a big believer in, no, if you just have the willpower to fast, you can fix all your problems in 2 weeks or 40 days or whatever ridiculous amount of time it is. So she loves fasting, and I hope she doesn't do it because it's just going to accelerate how quickly she fails. Number 2, I had to go back and think what she said, and I was like, oh, wait, what was my other point? Number 2, think for a moment. We do see a lot online. Her portion sizes are insane, so we don't know how many calories she's actually consuming. And we know that that's not all she eats. But think how much she has to take in to not just maintain her current weight, whatever it is, but to gain from her current weight, because she is 39 now and your body starts to show the difference. And we've seen her gain weight since being in Kuwait. And that's not me being unkind. That's just me stating a fact with no intent to it. The amount of food she needs to be intaking to keep that trajectory up is vast. Seems such a dramatic word, but it's sizable. Yeah, like it takes effort for her not to lose weight with just basic movement. But the good news there is she could make very minimal changes and see the benefit because her current weight is so high. So consistency is really all she needs to do. And I realize it's never just that easy. Weight loss is simple, but not easy. Like, she doesn't have to overcomplicate it, but she does have to do it, and that's the difficulty.
I feel like I want to put more calories in my body. I mean, I have so many already, you know? Anyway, I want to give my body a chance to break down some of that and use it. Anyway, if you guys have any suggestions,
don't expect her to take them seriously, but give her sympathy below. Didn't she turn the comments off though? Are they back on now?
Because I know a lot of you have been through things and a lot of you have been successful. So share your ideas with me. I really need the help. And be, you know, as long as you're polite and constructive, I have no problem with you leaving feedback.
We'll see how long that lasts.
I appreciate it.
Based on past events.
So that's my story right now. I have another video I'm going to put out. It's going to be a what I eat in a day video. I've been journaling, kind of like a food journal, to show you guys and myself, because I don't do this often, a full day of how I eat, so I can really see visually what I'm doing, you know, what I'm putting in my mouth, what's contributing to these health issues.
I always think it's good to be aware. I think tracking food by like weighing it and writing it down is probably more useful, but maybe just visually seeing it on camera. But the thing is, because her understanding of portions is so skewed, I think just looking at it, she'll look at me like, well, that doesn't seem like very much food because of what she's used to taking in, which is why looking at what a portion size should be and measuring food is probably, like weighing it, is probably a better way to see progress for her. But I know she hates to do that, but sometimes it does surprise you. And I'd be interested in seeing her do that. Maybe she will.
And I'm sure it's just overeating the bad things.
Yes.
So, but I want to see. So I'm going to do this whole day, and then tomorrow we're going to, you know, get going, kicking our butts into gear. So, yeah, stay tuned for that video. I'm going to show you what I ate today, and go from there. Anyway, guys, I thank you so much for listening. I know it's like, here we go again, and I don't blame people, but
like, it is here we go again, and it will probably end the same way. But you fail until you succeed. So if she stops trying, there's no way for her to succeed. Is she likely to change the ingrained habits and the ingrained emotional responses without professional help? No, a therapist would be very helpful here. But I'm willing to watch the attempt.
I guess time will tell, you know.
I guess
I'm really gonna really try, because those blood sugar levels are really scary. My blood pressure is scary. I don't want to go on medication for life, and if I can avoid it, reversing these things with a healthy lifestyle or making them manageable, I will love that. So, yalla. See you guys.
Okay. I'm already at like 34 minutes, which makes this a bit long. So what I might actually do is break this up, and I'll react to her what I eat in a day in another video. I'll try and get 2 videos up today because it's 4:30. I'd rather get it done early. So you may end up with 2 videos. Don't be alarmed. Don't be surprised. But I'll just pull a foodie on you. And, just do it that way. So as I say, this is nothing new, and I know a lot of people won't agree with me because she has just burnt out her audience and a lot of people hate her out there. But I would love to see her turn it around, and I wish her the best because I know how much of a difference it can make. And even Foodie, who is a terrible human being, I would wish for her to know the feeling. I'd wish for anybody to know the feeling. So we'll see if it lasts minutes or days. I don't expect it will last past about a week, but we will be here to watch it happen. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna go and record the other one. Oh, I'll edit this one, upload it, and then I'll record the other one, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.